While we're still on the concept of percentages, in this case we want to look at how to find the original value in two situations. First, we want to learn how we can find the original value after a percentage reduction. Okay, so let's have an example so that we can really illustrate what this is all about. So in this example, we are saying by selling a car for $3,300, the owner made a loss of 12%. So calculate the cost price of the car. All right, so this is a question here. You may want to attempt this problem maybe before you check out my solution. You may pause this video and start working on this, and I'll give you just 4 minutes to work on this one, and afterwards I want you to play back this video and see how I'll be working this one out. So this is the solution here. Right, I want you to consider these things that we have in the question. We have a selling price of 3,300. So this car is being sold for 3,300, but they're not selling it at a profit, they're selling it at a loss of 12%. So we want to calculate the cost price, and in our case, the cost price is the original value, right? That's the original value. Remember, when you buy something that you then resell, the price for which you buy it for is the cost price. So it's more desirable to sell it for a higher price than the price you bought it for, and in such a case you'll be getting a profit. So if you sell it at a higher price, you get a profit. But if you sell it at a lower price than the one you bought it for, that is than the cost price, then you'll be selling it at a loss. So what we want to do here is, we are saying that there's been a percentage reduction, a percentage loss of 12%, so that when it was sold for 3,300, there was a 12% loss. So in this case we want to go back from this $3,300 back to the original value. In our case we're talking about the cost price. We want to go back to the cost price from a percentage loss, percentage reduction. So this is what part A is all about. Right, so we use the formula here. Original value is equal to the new value divided by 100 minus the percentage change, and that's multiplied by 100. All right, okay, so in this case our original value is the cost price, the new value is the selling price, the price for which it was sold for, and this is divided by 100 minus 12, and 12 is the percentage loss, the percentage change, and that's multiplied by 100. So I've simply substituted all these values into our formula. So what's next for me is just to simplify. 100 minus 12 will give me 88, and that's multiplied by 100. So that's 37.5 multiplied by 100, and this will give me 3,750. So therefore we are saying that the cost price in our case is 3,750. Right, so that is the value of the cost price. All right, so if you really look at this, you can see here that it's really making sense, because this car was bought for 3,750, and instead of it being sold for a higher price, it was actually sold for a lower price, that is 3,300. So there was a loss, right? So that's really the thing here. That's how we can calculate the original value after a percentage reduction. All right, so we want to move on to the next question, another example, and the next situation is calculating the original value after a percentage increase. Remember, the first one was after a percentage reduction, right? So the example here that we're going to be using is an airtime package cost $5.50 including VAT at 6.5%. So what is the cost of the package without the VAT? Now VAT is value added tax, right? So value added tax is a tax that is usually added upon the cost or the price of an item. You see, that's value added tax. So it's at 6.5%. all right, so in our case, this is we want to calculate an original price, that is the price or the cost of the package after a percentage increase of 6.5, because 6.5% is the tax that is being added, that has been added already to the cost of the airtime package, so that it becomes $5.50 the price. So there's a percentage increase of 6.5% on the cost of the package to produce now a new value or cost of the package, that is $5.50. all right, so I hope you're understanding this question. So on our solution, the original value after a percentage increase is new value divided by 100 plus the percentage change, right? Okay, so that is our formula for finding the original value after a percentage increase. Remember, we are saying that the percentage increase is the value added tax of 6.5%. so that is the percentage that has been increased on the cost of a package, so that it now is $5.50. So we are saying that, and then the cost of the package without value added tax is the one we are calculating, that is our original value. So it'll be equal to the new value, which would be $5.50, which is the cost of the package with value added tax, and it is divided by 100 plus 6.5%, which is times 100. Okay, so this would give us 5.5 over 106.5 multiplied by 100. So if we simplify this, then we'll be getting $5.16, right? So if we simplify this, when you use your calculator, we get $5.16. all right, so that would be the cost of the package without VAT. So it's $5.16 without VAT, and remember, we had the original value of $5. Sorry, we had $5.50 with VAT of 6.5%. So what we have just done is we have moved from this $5.50, which is a 6.5% increase, and we've moved back to the original value, that is $5.16, that is the cost without the value added tax. Right, so this is just what we have done. So this is how we calculate the original value after there's been a percentage increase. All right, so in summary, we are saying that in order for us to find the original value after, on part A, after a percentage reduction, we say that the original value will be equal to the new value divided by 100 minus the percentage change. And to find the original value, so that's multiplied by 100, always remember that. So to find the original value on part B, that is after a percentage increase, then what we do is use the formula original value is equal to new value divided by 100 plus the percentage change, and that is multiplied by 100. So this is the summary of what we were doing.